I speak for the council and all of the residents of town of Addison, and how much we appreciate the hard work of all of the employees and also those who have served over quarter century.
Hello, I'm Diane Mallory. I moved to Addison in 1980, and I could tell right away this was a very special place to live. Based upon the vision of then Mayor Jerry Redding, the town has grown in the last quarter of a century with the guidance of Ron Whitehead, the hard work of a very special group of dedicated professionals, and the committed political leadership to refine the culture that we know as the Addison Way.
And in coming to Addison, it's not only a nice place to work, but I've been able to really have a staff here that is just first class. We're just very pleased to have a group of people that genuinely enjoys offering a level of service that is unparalleled in any other city that I've seen.
The term Addison Way has been here from the beginning. I don't think it's a term that just came with a new city manager. I think it's a term that C.J. Webster started when he was first here and has continued and developed on through Mr. Whitehead. And it's a term that we all know and understand as the customer or our citizens come first, beyond and above everything else, and we are here to serve them, and that is our responsibility.
The Addison Way means to me is that personalized service the town of Addison gives to the visitors, the citizens, and the business community here in Addison that, in my opinion, you normally don't see in any kind of governmental agency.
An example of the Addison Way is the street department guys will collect broken umbrellas and turn around and repair them, and then go out and distribute them on rainy days at the bus stops to people who don't have any. I think that's a fine example of the Addison Way.
The first thing I remember about Addison is actually coming to town hall for my interview. Pulling up into the driveway and realizing that I was pulling up to this beautiful colonial house with white columns reminded me of being at the country club where I worked for 7 years in Greenwich, Connecticut.
I interviewed in town hall because that's where HR was at the time, and they put me up in the conference room to take a test, a site plan review test. And I had worked at Steak and Ale in college, and we had books and shelves and things like Addison had around that conference room, but the books were glued down so no one would steal them. And so when they shut the door and left me in that room, the first thing I did was jump up and grab those books to see if they were glued in, and they weren't. And I thought, man, what a first class place this is. They don't even glue their books.
And one of the things that we do now annually is we are involved in Greet the Troops out at DFW Airport. And once a year we will commit to 7 days, and we commit at least 30 employees to go. We all bus out there, and we may have a donut before we leave, and we bus out there and we just greet the troops. We tell them we love them, we cheer them on.
When I first came here, the town had the typical small town atmosphere, but at every turn people knew that they were building something special. And we go back to talk about development a lot, but that was key to having a group of entrepreneurial people in place that had a vision. So they weren't just building, we're going to put a restaurant here, we're going to put a merchandising establishment here. It was making that all fit together so you'd have some type of homogeneous town where there was a natural fit.
Everybody has a good time. And we always call it a game. We're playing a game today. Let's go play today. We're going to play the game. This is going to be fun. Oh well, it's something new, but it's really not new because we remember we did it back in '86. Yeah, we've done it before. It's just a game. And that's what I think everybody likes that attitude, and I try to instill it upon people that this is just a big game. We just have fun here. It's not a job, it's just a game. We're coming to play.
Basically, the work is the same. The services that we provide are the same as most other cities do. However, you will very quickly understand that we have a higher level of expectation. We have a higher level of accountability within the city and within the departments. And it's because of that that we're able to exceed the expectations of the public that we serve.
I remember Oktoberfest that we were getting prepared for, and on the day of, it came a real bad, hard rain. And we had to pull all the crews together to get it done. So we literally had to put down a whole floor in the food tents that was behind the main tent area of the Oktoberfest. And we worked pretty much around the clock. We kept Home Depots open so we could get plywood. I had guys, we had guys going to get carpet, indoor, outdoor carpet. We had guys going to get plywood. We had contractors coming in to help us. So getting all of that together and all of us staying sane, Mr. Whitehead and Slade and myself and Ron Lee, we were about to pull our hair out, but we got the job done, and the next day the event went perfect.
If it's not in your written job description, a lot of other towns or cities will just try to pass it off and just say, we don't do that, or we can't help you with that. I don't think it's quite that way here. We try to go out of our way, even if it's something unusual or out of the ordinary, we will try to figure out a way to help people with their problem.
We have the ability to instill confidence in restaurant operators that we as inspectors know what we're talking about. We endeavor to understand why things need to be a certain way and try very, very hard to communicate that to the operators so that they understand what we are trying to accomplish and what can happen in the restaurant if these things aren't done. We obviously can't be in the restaurants all the time monitoring their every move. That's impossible to do. What we have to have is buy-in.
I've had developers tell me through the years, one of the things I like about Addison is even if the answer is no, I get an answer in a time frame that works for me. I can't be strung out 8 months for somebody to say yes. I really can't be strung out 8 months for them to say no.
What I like most about working here is just the overall attitude of the city and the police department. It's a very professional organization, both of them. The town is committed to being professional and providing great service for the citizens, and that's a reason I want to stay here at Addison.
And I'm sawing, and a car pulls up. So I turn the chainsaw off, and yes, can I help you? Thinking they might have had a tree down or something. And their response was, we're so happy being in Addison because you do work like this. Oh, thank you. Start the chainsaw up. I'm chopping again. Then all of a sudden, here comes another car. Now, this is probably happening 4 times now. Pretty soon, I get to where I leave the chainsaw running and walk out there and say, yes, can I help you? Oh, we're just so glad you're doing this. So you get to the point, sometimes you want to say, oh, hi, and just keep on cutting.
When Hurricane Rita hit, on a very short notice, the town was asked to provide a shelter. We turned the Lowe's Field House into that shelter in about 2 hours' time.
Our shelter, of course, was run the Addison way. We got them Oktoberfest t-shirts. Bob Phillips got them tickets to the football game next door. We got restaurants to donate all this fabulous food. We rounded up video games and TVs for their kids to play. The next morning, we went and got papers and bagels and coffee.
That, to me, was one of the most soul-searching and really humble experience that I've experienced. To seeing those people come in and we having to put up beds and over there at the Lowe's Stadium over there, and they were so grateful because they came here with nothing, and then to me it didn't seem like enough that we were doing, but Addison opened arms to them.
One of the things that's so enjoyable about being here is I don't have to really do much. It's a deal where we have people out there on the street every day that serve people as well or better than I would do it myself. And I'm very proud of them. They're They are my heroes.
And I think that we've done a real good job at making Addison special. I mean, look at it.